Mr. CEO Paul Rogers, thank you so much, my man. I wish I was there to give you a big old bear hug and just see your smiling face. You're always so pleasant to be around, and that's why this company is continuing to flourish because of your leadership and because of JT and Austin and Brian Cummings, everyone involved behind the scenes, and of course because of all these fabulous affiliates who are helping build an empire. It's just amazing what Prime My Body has become. I remember getting the first product from JT, and it didn't have any name on it or anything. He just said, "Take it." And when he tells you to take something, you take it. He is that persuasive. So kudos to you, Paul. Kudos to the affiliates. While the rest of the country's been on lockdown and truncating, you look at Prime My Body and they're expanding and bringing on new leadership in different areas and tr- opening up other countries and continuing to save lives and be a game changer in folks' lives. And that's why I'm here to discuss our NFL study we did with the former players in Dallas and also in Miami the week of the Super Bowl. And it just went so wildly successful. We were blown away that first screening in Dallas, Texas. And Paul, let me just say thank you for believing in the concept, the strategy that my business partner Kenyon Rashid and I put forth to you. I mean, you are so forward thinking, and you said, "Hey guys, I like this bottom up approach." And I know we were considering maybe going out and getting that high profile name, as most companies do, and utilize the top down approach and getting that spokesman and hoping he could move the needle as far as getting the word out and people utilizing the product. But we felt like if we could get some of these former players who are dealing with so many different elements in their life, that quality of life has just plummeted for a lot of these guys. And that's why at some point during those screenings, man, there were tears in our eyes just listening to these guys vent. And they felt like they had a safe place with myself and Kenyon in that room, one who was dealing with the myriad issues that they are afflicted with, and they feel like they could just let that out. And the fact that they were all looking for something, a remedy, something that would help assist them. And here comes Prime My Body in their product focus, this hemp extract that did exactly that with just one little drop on their tongue during those screenings, and they became alive. I'm going to be joined by four guys. At first is going to be who probably the guy who's probably the most toughest to get to take part in our brain screening there in Dallas. You talk about a fight or flight response being at an all-time high. Lorenzo Lynch, that's him epitomized because this guy came in and he had so much anxiety because he knew there was something going on with him, yet he didn't have an answer how to deal with it other than prescription drugs. And so this guy, we had to talk him off the ledge. Man, stick around, stay with us. We got something for you. I promise you, it's going to be painless. Nothing will happen to you. And while I was completing other screenings along with Dr. Ron, my business partner Kenya Rashid had to sit out in the lobby and just put his arms literally around Lorenzo and get him to stay put and just sit here and wait till your turn. You're coming up next, buddy. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed once you take part in our brain screening. Once you have a taste of this focus and you're able to glean the different benefits that others have before you. So we got him to sit still and take part. And once we got him to take part with the screening or in the screening, we couldn't get him to shut up. Like Lorenzo, we were doing the debriefing after his screening and after his consultation with Dr. Ron, and he just wanted to talk, 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 talk. It was so wonderful, man, because this guy did a complete 180 from I got to get out of here to hey, I got a lot to say. It is because of this product focus, this hemp extract you just has given to me has done wonders for me in just a short small time frame. And I mean, he went home, was sharing it with everyone. He was texting us when he got home. How do I get more? So that's the power of Prime My Body, its focused product, all of its products. We are changing lives. We are saving lives. And I'm not making that up. That's not hyperbole. I actually shared a text message from Lorenzo with JT where he said those exact words. Y'all saved my life. Calm and focus. He does not leave the house without it, but don't take my word for it. Take Lorenzo's word. Walk us through what you were feeling that day of the screening in Dallas.
Oh my God, man. I guess when I first got the email about, coming down, doing some testing, I I thought I was coming down to do some testing for some concussion issues, which I was dealing with, have been dealing with. So when I came down there, it was raining that day. So I wasn't really, I I really didn't want to come. I really didn't want to come, right? But I know I had to be there because of just the way I've been feeling, man. I'm trying to search everything I can to get some help, man, to get some relief. So when I got there, didn't know if I was in the right place, and I couldn't really find out. Well, I asked a couple of people working there, and they didn't know, like where should I be and this and that. And so then I think I was just about to leave when I ran into you, or was it the other guy? I can't think of his
Kenyon,
name.
yeah, Kenyon.
Kenyon. So
Mhm.
so yeah, I think it was Kenyon. So I'm just asking him. I said, okay, so what's this about? Who are you guys? What we gonna do? And uh, I just did not want to be in no machine with, like, cause I'm claustrophobic. So that's what my first fear was. So then he started telling me about, okay, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna take a test, we're gonna do this. So I said, oh, it's on the computer. I said, oh, okay, right. So then we went in the room, and then they started hooking me up to all this little stuff right here, right? You see, if y'all can see that picture right there, I was so scared, dude. I was so scared. You can see the fear in my eyes that I actually caught. I took this picture and sent it to my wife and say, "Look at me." I felt like I was getting closed in. I wanted to get up out of there. So the lady explained to me what was gonna happen. So I got some tissue because I'm sweating, all this stuff. So she gave me tissue, wiped myself down, and so then I just started taking the test, and so on the computer, and so then this was so amazing to me, because then she came in with the focus, and so she said, "I want you to take some of this and then take the test again." So I said, just one dose, and she said, "Yeah, that's all you need." So I'm thinking I was gonna need way more than that. So after I took the one dose, oh, then I said, how long should I wait before I start doing the test? She said, right away. It's gonna kick in immediately. So I said, okay. So took the one dose. So once I logged back in to retake the test again, all of a sudden I just noticed everything slowed down. I could breathe more better. I could see clear. And I was in there claustrophobic and didn't even realize it was a big, huge window right in front of where I was taking the test. So I got a chance to look outside. I saw the green trees, and I mean, it just woke me up. It just woke me up, calmed me down. It was like night and day. It was like night when I came in there, man. I was just I I mean, I was ready to run. I didn't want to. And normally I would have. I
Mhm.
would have. I was on my way out of there, dude. I was on my way out. But then once I had that for the first time and I tried it, right then, dude, I knew this was it, dude. Because I never felt that relief that fast. I mean, I'm talking about like that. I mean, me and you was talking like we've been knowing each other for a long time, and that's what I like. That's what I like, because it wasn't no, beating around the bush. I mean, I just opened up, shared, and see that's my normal self. I mean, I always have been, outgoing, um, uh, most popular in my class. Just, I mean, I know everybody, dude. That's why I started noticing. I wasn't myself, retreat, be by myself, isolated, feeling sad. Come on, man, that just wasn't me. And then that's what I had to fight all the time. So, but I'm telling you, dude, this is on y'all. Hey, dude, that's why I told you this saved my life, man, because I could function now.
Wow. That's beautiful, man.
And I know my family happy because I know sometimes they get sick of me. I know they do. They probably say it behind my back. They don't say it to my face, but they do. I know, man. I know they get sick of me, dude. Cause
Well,
hey,
tell them to blame Paul Rogers, the CEO of Prime My Body. It's all his fault. All
yeah,
right, man.
yeah,
Well, that is a beautiful testimonial. I thank you for your time. I thank you for staying there in Dallas at our screening and reaping the benefits of Focus and now Calm as well, man. And so we're gonna always be here. We thank you for being an ambassador. Thanks, Lorenzo. Lorenzo Lynch, everybody.
Yep. Lynch mob.
All right, now it's time to hang out with one of my favorites, my former teammate with the New Orleans Saints, Hall of Fame offensive lineman, 13-year guy who would nullify any guy trying to get to our quarterback, Willie Rove. Willie, how you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. Trying to, except for this Zoom, I can't nullify getting that to work right.
Yeah, you gotta go some sacks on this Zoom, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, it's taking us 20 minutes looked up here. You're right, but you didn't give up any on that football field, or not many on the football field. Your nickname was Nasty, folks. That was what we call this big old teddy bear. He looked like a teddy bear, but man, he would smack you around on that football. Once again, Hall of Famer. Willie, I introduced you to Focus and Prime My Body, the company, during the week of the Super Bowl there in Miami. What were your thoughts heading into that screening? What were you expecting?
Well, I tried a few different CBDs, and I was going into it. I didn't have any high expectations, and I went out the night before. I remember I had a real good time at Jay Gaines' party, so I was a little intoxicated the night before. So I was just coming in there to hang out and see you and see some guys that saw my friend from California that I saw at the barbershop, but the expectations weren't that high.
And once you went through the screening and you got the Focus, take us through that and what you experienced.
Well, the first time I did it before I got the Focus, when I was looking at all the different symbols and stuff they had on the laptop, I wasn't as lethargic. I was lethargic, and then when I took the Focus, I had to do the test over again, and it seemed like I was more alert or more aware of what was going on and more focused in. And it seemed like I didn't feel as tired and as sluggish as I did on the previous time.
So you went out and repeated what you did the night before? No. So let me ask you this, because you've been blowing up my phone. I'm just going to put your business in the street, man. You've been blowing up. I need some more Focus. I need some more Focus.
Yeah.
What is it about Focus, dude? Tell the folks that are listening.
When you take it regularly and you take it for a while, when I started taking it, and Angela takes it too, I notice a difference in my alertness during the day. When I take it in the morning, I take it in the morning. Sometimes I take it at night too, but I take it in the morning. It helps me get through the day. I feel more energetic. I feel more alert. I feel more vibrant. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel as lethargic as times. Sometimes you get up, you're a little sluggish, especially after the day when I'm working out or doing something. And I love the body therapy. I put the body therapy on my knees when before I go work out or before I go to the gym or get on my bike. I love the body therapy. I rub the muscle on my knees or on my back to get me loose and going. And I love the new product. I've been taking it at night, the Calm. So you take the Focus in the morning, you take the Calm later to help you relax.
So is it safe to say that Prime My Body plays an integral role in your everyday life now?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You told me about it and showed me how it worked, and it's important to me, and I'm gonna keep using this every day. It's very important to me.
Well, you're very important to me personally. You're very important to this company. I thank you for being a friend. I thank you for believing in me and trying the product and taking part in our screening there in Miami. And I know these products will continue to prove beneficial to you and your quality of life, as well as Angela, your wife. And I thank you again, man, for joining us on this journey with Prime My Body.
Well, thank you for introducing it to me, because I'm telling you, for me, especially at 50 now, it's made a big impact on my everyday life as far as getting around and the way I feel. And when I get up in the morning, I can tell when I don't take it, I don't feel as good. And that's when I was blowing your phone up to get some more. And when I do take it, I feel better. I said, well, I need to get my Focus because I ran out. So that's why I was blowing you up.
Appreciate it, Willie, man. You
man.
stay safe, buddy. Love you.
Thank you for having me. Love you too.
All right, I'm joined now by another one of our Prime My Body ambassadors, Tyron Johnson, big old defensive lineman, the big fella. You and Willie Rowe, man. I had Willie a moment ago. You two guys, whoo, we got a big old sandwich between Lorenzo Lynch, then you two guys, and then my last guy is going to be Taylor. So we're going to finish with the meat of this sandwich. That's you and Willie. But Tyron had stints with the Miami Dolphins, San Francisco 49ers, played a little arena ball as well. Goes about 6'2", 6'3", 280. You ain't still 280, are you?
Nah, I wish. I wish.
And we caught you in the car, man. So I appreciate you taking a few moments just to discuss Prime My Body and your interaction with us there in Miami during the Super Bowl week. What did you glean from that experience, taking the brain screening, the test there, being part of our study?
Well, I was definitely I'm intrigued about the whole experience. I was glad I did it. I didn't know what I was getting into, I'll be honest with you, but I was glad I did it. You know, I had a couple of friends of mine that was doing it too. So I was like, you know what, why not, you know? And when it was over with, you know, after talking to the doctor and you know, meeting with you, I was like, man, this is awesome. You know, just to learn some things that you probably would have never learned if I didn't take that, you know, that experience to go through, you know, those tests. And the final results I didn't like, you know, it scared me a little bit, but at the same time, it was some things that I thought I kind of figured was true, you know, anyway. You know, some of the things you won't want to hear, but you figure it's true anyway. So when I did get the, you know, the focus for that, I think it was like a month, I liked what I was, you know, what I was getting, and it felt different. And I was like, man, it's all right.
So you mentioned, like a lot of us, we're a little leery of figuring out what it is that's causing whatever element it is that we're experiencing. But we're also looking for remedies. So did you feel as though you had located and identified that remedy when we hooked you up with focus?
Yeah, well, I'll put it to you this way. If I didn't get it in that perspective, I don't know if I would have got it in any perspective. I'll put it that way. You know, I talk a lot of things with my wife, and I told her, you know, I do feel a certain different of a sharpness, you know, after taking it. And I was telling her when it was gone, I was like, man, you know, I don't know what's going on, but they did say that they would get back with me. And I said, I don't want to be a bug. I'm gonna just wait. And you know, it took a while, but I did get a response. A month, what it was, a month and a half later.
Yeah.
I think you guys get me back, and I, you know, it worked out. You know, and I'm happy, man. I'm happy I'm able to, you know, join in as ambassador. And I love the product. I'm trying to eat bits of it here and there. So yeah, it's good.
Well, you can blame that delay on you getting the product. We'll blame that on our CEO, Paul Rogers. He's a little slow every now and then.
Okay.
And Paul, we're tired of conducting the interview. He's in his whip. That's a slang for car, Paul. Okay, we have to educate him too on how we, you know, brothers sometimes. JT understands, but Paul wouldn't know what that means. A whip. He you were in trouble or something.
Yeah.
So lastly, I just want to ask you, man, your quality of life, how has that changed as a result of utilizing the Prime My Body products?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm a head football coach. I've been coaching since I started playing. I'm going on, I want to say 15, 16 years now. I started coaching when I was doing arena football, so I got a little cheat. I cheated a little bit with my start time, but I think, like I said, it's actually awesome because you tend to forget a lot of things. I find myself forgetting things naturally, and the focus has helped me, in my opinion, not forget things. And I would say in the long run, it's keeping me sharp. And when I did take it that month, we were still in the regular routine of things at school, you know, at work, you know, where I'm dealing with kids, my classes, which I taught weight training. But it kind of went hand in hand with my football job. I noticed it there. So now I'm not at work because, you know, we had the pandemic. So I'm at home with the kids. So I'm not really getting a good test of it now, but I still can tell. I still feel a difference, if that makes sense. So for me, man, I can't wait to get back involved with my players and get back involved with my coaches because I already know it's going to keep me, get me sharp and put me right on point where I need to be.
Got you. Well, we appreciate that, man. We appreciate you being one of our ambassadors, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us here at Prime My Body's virtual, that is, a little
Yeah.
virtual Zoom call here and talk about the benefits you've had with your wonderful product focus. Take care, man, and be safe in the whip.
All right, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
All right, PMB family, our final ambassador is Taylor Barnhill. And this is my man. Taylor's the youngest of all our ambassadors as well. As y'all can see, like, he's a good looking dude. So we got to get through with all this COVID stuff so y'all can look and see him in person. We got to make that too. But Taylor played at UNLV. He was a 4-year letterman at tight end. He also played some quarterback there at UNLV. Unfortunately for Taylor, he amassed numerous concussions. That cut his career short because he definitely would have ascended to the next level. And I wanted him to be one of our ambassadors because his story is so strong. And he came to our Dallas screening at the behest of my colleague at CBS Sports, former SEC coach, 3-time SEC coach of the year, Houston Nutt, who's a family friend of Taylor's. And so I'm so glad he came. And he just has a tremendous testimonial. And so with that, Taylor, thank you, man, for joining us on our virtual Zoom call here for Prime My Body. And I'm just going to sit back and listen to your story because you came, and I know there was a little apprehension on your part to take part in the screening there in Dallas, but you did it, and the rest is history.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here. This is a great opportunity. Like you said, I was apprehensive at first. Knowing, you know, in the back of my mind, playing tight end, playing that position, you amass some concussive injuries. And, you know, in the back of my mind, I knew that I probably did have some damage done. And you see it in the headlines, you know, more and more. And so going into it, you know, I'm glad Coach Nutt called me because honestly, without that, I probably wouldn't have ever looked into it. And so, yeah, I did come to that screening in Dallas. And I was able to take some of the product after doing a baseline test, and the results were outrageous. Just, you know, seeing all the different markers for concussive injuries and see how it brought me back down to a normal level, to a healthier level, and I was able to concentrate and stay focused. And it was really amazing, honestly, Brian. It was really amazing.
Now, I know, like all of us guys, man, we're looking for a remedy, and we know things are ongoing and present, and they're foreign to us, and we're trying to rid ourselves of them and it simultaneously make sense of what's occurring. And walk us through your journey as far as that's concerned.
So, yes, I mean, obviously, when it comes to being post-career, post-football, you want to look for ways to try to mitigate those side effects that you occurred throughout your career. You know, and a lot of people, unfortunately, you know, they get on, you know, medication, pain medication, and you see how that usually ends up. So being the athlete and being the health nut that I am, I've always wanted to go more of a natural route. And finding Prime My Body was crucial in that process because now, you know, I don't have to worry about some of those side effects that you get from those pain medications. Rather, I can go a natural route and mitigate some of those side effects that way instead.
Well, I just want to tell you, man, I'm so happy that you agreed to take part in Prime My Body and be one of our ambassadors. I think your story is tremendous. As I said earlier, and it wasn't phony praise. You just talking to Coach Nutt and knowing what you were able to accomplish at UNLV in a short period of time, there was definitely a future at the next level. But I wanted you to be a part of this because you, like all of us, you've been seeking something. And you're like me. We want to do things the natural way and
Right.
extract Prime My Body, all the products, they're natural. They're not going to harm you. You can give them to your babies all the way up to, your grandfather. So the fact that you bought in and you're living proof that it works, and the severity of what you experienced. Last question. When you were with Dr. Ron, and I know, and I was in the room with you. I wasn't supposed to be paying attention. I was letting you guys do your thing over there.
Yes.
But I could sense that there was some doubt. Man, no, this can't be right. I can't be as bad as you say I am.
Right.
But there was also some hope, and that's what we wanted to give folks, and that's what this company and the products that they have been able to offer others is hope, a way out of that darkness. One, figuring out what's going on with me, and then how do I affect change?
Right, exactly. I mean, like you said, if you can catch this early and you can take the right route, definitely utilizing Prime My Body products, there is definitely hope. Seeing where I was, that initial test, and then where I ended up, that's what really gave me hope that this can be dealt with in a positive manner. This will be managed, and so definitely, when he first broke the news to me, obviously, I was kind of shocked, kind of down on myself. But then when he broke the news to me that, hey, everything kind of returned to normal on some of this stuff, that's when I left the room saying, okay, I'm going to be fine. I'll be able to handle this.
Wow, that warms my heart, man. I know everyone listening, that has to make their skin tingle a bit, because we're changing lives here at Prime My Body. I failed to mention you're also coaching. You've transitioned into the coaching profession at Midwestern State. So hopefully things will get back to normal here soon. And I, like you and a lot of college football fans out there, are hoping that we actually have a season and it's not a huge departure from what we're used to watching. So once again, Taylor, man, thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you for your testimony and being a part of Prime My Body. Hey, folks, that's it for me and the ambassadors, the former players. Paul, kudos once again. A huge thank you to you for allowing us to go about executing the brain study, the brain screening in Dallas and also in Miami. I am so internally grateful for you and your leadership and all those on the executive team and our affiliates out there. So onward and upward for PMB.
Nice, Brian.